Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss our new chapter, My Childhood. Students, can you think of any scientist who have also been statesman? Yes, APJ Abdul Kalam, whose projects in space, defense, and nuclear technology guided India into the 21st century and became our 11th president in 2002. My childhood deals with the famous biography Beings of Fire of the APJ Abdul Kalam. My childhood referred to a section in this book. This section or chapter talks about the early days of Kalam, and also the chapter gives us an idea of how the childhood of Abdul Kalam prepared him to become a successful scientist and president in the future. Kalam tells us about his parents and siblings here. He also mentioned the important role of his friends in his life. In this, Kalam mentions everything that had an impact on his life. These things shaped him into the successful man he became in the future.
Okay, student, let's start the chapter. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaran in the erstwhile Madras state. My father, Janulabdin, had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. APJ Abdul Kalam was born into a middle class Tamil family, and his place of birth, Rameshwaram, is an island town in the state of Tamil Nadu, in the way of Bengal. Island means a piece of land surrounded by water. Today we know this state as Tamil Nadu, but when he was born at that time, the state was known as Madras state. Innate means in one, a quality or feeling in one's nature.
Kalam's father's name was Jainul-Abdin. APJ says that his father was not very rich. He did not have wealth. He was not highly educated, but despite these advantages, he had some other qualities. He was naturally very wise and was generous too. He had an idol helpmate in my mother, Ashiamma. I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsider ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. Kalam's mother's name was Ashiamma. Kalam's mother was also generous and kind hearted. Every day she used to feed a lot of people. She fed a greater number of people from outside than the total number of members in their family. I was one of my children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. Undistinguished, ordinary, or common. Abdul Kalam had many siblings and he described himself that he had short height and common looks. He did not have any exceptional looks. On the contrary, his parents were very tall and handsome. They were good looking. APJ did not inherit their physical qualities. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large pakka house made of limestone and brick on the Masak Street in Rameshwaram. Pakka house means a house made of bricks, cement, and limestone. APJ Abdul Kalam's ancestral house was very old. It was built in the 19th century. It was a Pakka house which was made of brick and limestone. It is located on the Masak Street in Rameshwaram. My austere father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. Austere means simple, strict. Materially means in term of things like clothes, food, medicine. Emotionally means in terms of love and affection. Kalam's father was very simple, but he was strict also. He wanted to live his life in a simple way, and he used to teach his children not to waste money on unnecessary things. Kalam says that his father used to avoid any kind of inessential comfort and luxury. He provided them all the necessary things like food, clothes, and medicines. APJ is thankful to his parents for whatever they did for him. The Second World War broke out in 1939 when I was 8 years old. For reason I have never been able to understand, a sudden demand for tamarind seed erupted in the market. I used to collect the seeds and sell them to a provisioner shop on Masak Street. A day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. Tamarind seeds, kind of fruit. Princely sum, generous amount. Anna, an old Indian coin worth about 6 paisa. Kalam was 8 years old when the Second World War broke in the year 1939. The demand for tamarind seeds increased in the market. Kalam used to collect and sell the tamarind seeds to a provisional shop located on Musk Street. He would earn a mere sum of 1 anna, with which equals 6 paise. At that time, this 1 anna meant a lot of money to him.
My brother in law Jalaluddin would tell me stories about the war, which I would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. Our area, being isolated, was completely unaffected by the war. But soon India was forced to join the Allied forces, and something like a state of emergency was declared. The first casualty came in the form of the suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station. Dinamani. Dinamani is a Tamil daily newspaper. Isolated, lonely, cut off. Allied forces. The armies of UK, USA, and Russia during the Second World War. Casualty, loss, suspension, and halt, stop.
APJ Abdul Kalam's brother in law Jalaluddin used to tell him the story of the ongoing World War. Later, APJ used to read the newspaper Dinamani and used to look for the newspaper of the same stories. Rameshwaran was a small island town far away from land, so it was not affected by the World War in the beginning. But after some time, India had to join the war and combined with the Allied forces. Then a state of emergency was declared in the country. During emergency, the president rule is implemented in the country. It is like a curfew in the country. A lot of privileges which are given to the people are withdrawn. And the first impact of World War II on the people of Rameshwaram was the cancellation of the train stoppage at the Rameshwaram station.
The newspaper now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanuskodi. That forced my cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspapers in Rameshwaram, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundle, and, as if naturally, I filled the slot. Samsuddin helped me earn my first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time.
Abdul Kalam's cousin Samsuddin used to distribute the newspaper in Rameshwaram. As the train stoppage was cancelled and the newspaper bundle was thrown out of the moving train, he needed someone to help him catch it. APJ helped Samsuddin by catching the bundle and distributing the newspapers. In return, Samsuddin paid him a salary, which was APJ's first earning. The incident happened 50 years ago. Even now, for example, when he wrote the book, he could feel satisfied and proud of himself. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. I inherited honesty and self discipline from my father. From my mother, I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness, and so did my three brothers and sister. I had three close friends in my childhood: Ramananda Shastri, Arvindan, and Shiv Prakashan. All these boys were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. Inherited a characteristic or a quality which you have got from your parents. Socio-economy in term of money. Figure of authority, a person who have authority over another person. For a child, figure of authority is firstly his parents and secondly can be his teacher. Kalam says whenever a child born, he has some quality which he inherited from the elders in his family. From his father, he inherited honesty and self discipline, and from his mother, he inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. Kalam had three best friends: Ramananda Shastri, Arvindan, and Shiv Prakashan. All of them belonged to very strict Hindu Brahmin families. As children, none of us ever felt any difference amongst ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was a son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the high priest of the Rameshwaran temple. Later, he took over the priesthood of the Rameshwaran temple from his father. Arvindan went into the businesses of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Kalam says that during his childhood, all the children were so close to each other that they never felt they belonged to different religions. When these three friends grew up, Ramananda Shastri took the priesthood of the Rameshwaran temple. Arvindan started a business of transporting the pilgrims to and from the Rameshwaram temple, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railway. During the annual Shri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site situated in the middle of the pond called Rama Tirtha, which was near our house. Events from the Ramayana and from the life of the prophet were the bedtime stories my mother and grandmother would tell the children in our family. Whenever the Shri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony used to take place, APJ's family also took part in it. They used to arrange the boats for it. They used to make a special platform on the boats on which the statue of Ram and Sita were placed and transported from the temple to the marriage site, which was in the middle of a pond named Rama Tirtha. This middle of a pond named Rama Tirtha, this pond was near APJ's house. When he was growing up, he never thought that there was any difference between Hindu and Muslim, as they participated in the Hindu festival wholeheartedly.